Hello. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Good morning, or I guess afternoon by the time you see this. It is EverQuest lockout time. I want to still go through and hit my weeklies that I've been hitting on a regular basis. I want to kill Lord Inquisitor Seru, Emperor Ssra, all the Vexthal content and stuff like that. We're just going to keep beating these baddies up. We're going to see what all kind of gear we can end up getting us. And yeah, we're just going to keep with the flow that we've been having here. EverQuest has been such a good time. The last few months, I just want to keep the hype train going. We have the EverQuest anniversary content that's still been going. Still going pretty strong. The anniversary content, we've got the 150% experience bonus that is going currently. And yeah, I'm really having a good time leveling up my little Lobby rogue, Mini Void. If you are watching that little series at all, I'm having a really good time with him. I just got him up to 55 yesterday morning. So my goal after I do this and I do some raiding with buddies here in a little bit, I'm going to get back to him, get him up to 65. Realistically, I kind of want to aim to get him to 70. Because I have a whole bunch of weapons and stuff waiting for him, but 65 at least is going to be the goal for now. Because then we can take him to Plane of Fire and have a really good time with him. I mean, I guess I could keep using my Shadow Knight to power level him in Plane of Fire, and that would probably be a really good route for experience. But I'm not sure. We'll figure that out as we go. I still want to level up my Berserker and my Warrior behind them, and then get them up to 70 and just kind of see what content we can take on as a group of twinked out level 70s. So yeah, for any of you who have been logging in and participating in some of the anniversary content, what are your thoughts? Do you have any particular feelings one way or another, or are you just one of the people who's just enjoying watching and you're not necessarily committed to signing in yet? I get it. I 100% get it if that's the case. If you're just having a dandy time watching and not really doing anything else, I 100% get it. I have heard from some people that they've been, let's try that again. I have heard from a few different people that some of the anniversary content seems to be bugged for some reason. I don't know what constitutes as bugged or what issues they've been having, but I have had a few different people mention to me that they think that some of the content is bugged. Again, I'm not really sure what that means as far as bugged. Maybe like the rewards themselves are bugged, or maybe they're just having some issues getting through it. I know realistically, I was really excited to try to get in to do the raid for Karnor's Castle. I did not know it was going to be a level 120 54-man raid. Yeah, it is like Veneral Sathir in that raid is level 125. And he hits for over 100,000 in a single hit. So yeah, your dude here is not gonna be participating in that content. It's a cool thought. It's like a really, 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 really cool thought. Let's see here. We're just gonna do the basement and Emperor Ssra here. So let's shimmy on down to our basement dwelling here. But you guys, I am just having such a fantastic time with this game, with like the content, the videos, like, chatting with you guys, having a good time with everybody. The dude who won the chrono from me has yet to respond and let me know like where to meet him in game or anything like that. So I'm gonna give it a few more days And I would say if by Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, if he hasn't responded, guys, I might just raffle off the chrono again, because I don't want it to seem like I'm just trying to get out of getting someone a chrono, because that was the deal. I mean, I wanted to thank you guys for subscribing and following along in the EverQuest fun, so I wanted to give someone a chrono, and he just hasn't responded yet. I know not everybody watches the videos on a daily basis, so it might just take him a little bit to get to respond to me, but like I said, if he ends up not responding, then we'll just raffle off a chrono again, so you guys who participated might be getting a second shot at the chrono soon. I got my chrono here ready to give away to somebody, and have not responded yet, so like I said, I totally get it. Not everyone's always readily available to respond, so we'll wait and see if we can get us a chrono winner soon. Like I said, I'd be happy to give it away. God, this illusion is so cool still. This illusion is still cracking me up every time I see it. The fact that you're just a rolling, tumbling bundle of rocks. Oh, so yeah, the dude who did ask, the dude who did ask. Wow, let me rephrase that. The dude who did ask if the arm separates whenever it's attacking, yes, it does. I had not stopped to actually look at this illusion to pay attention. He said it looks exactly like the EverQuest 2 Elemental, which I had no idea. But yeah, it really does. Like, he rips his own arm off and slaps the enemy with it. Like, how cool is that? But that is exactly what's happening here. So, yeah. Dude who asked that question, I can't remember. Dude and or chick, sorry. There have been some actually women watching the videos, which is cool. But the dude who asked, and or girl who asked, if the arm separates whenever you're attacking, it sure does. I guess I just haven't stopped to pay attention long enough. Yesterday I did actually get some high level experience grinding in for my Druid and Beast Lord. I was really surprised. With the 150% experience bonus, I also popped Lesson of the Devoted for them, and I got my Druid a full level, leveling in it's a high level Dreadlands, Lysium, I think it's something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like one of the Burning Lands level 100 zones that was added later on. All the enemies are like level 100 to 107. There's giants, there's the dudes from Karnor's Castle, Droger, or whatever they're called. They have some of those there. It always disappoints me these guys die so quick. It's hard to get a good screenshot, but yeah, there was a dude who asked about the elemental, and now that I've noticed it, I can't unsee it. My guy literally just rips off his arm and slaps the enemy with it. Alright, what did we get here? Okay, gross. Bad. I mean, not as bad. Not bad. A lot of this stuff is kind of meh. Oh, here we go. We're getting a weapon. One hand piercing. Okay, that's pretty good. We got Breastplate of the Void. Ooh, we got the tank one. Damn, look at that. 25 strength, 25 stamina. Heart of the Void. Increasing maximum hit points and cold resistance and magic. That's really good, too. I don't think I've seen that one drop before. At least in my farming runs. Oh, and we got the Thorny Clicky Shield. Oh, and the Vazadra's Render of Souls. This weapon is still so good. The damage delay ratio is not the best, but the fact that it has all these stats and there's no level requirement on it, that is such a good twink item. So I'm very, very happy with that. What's the stone? Sorry, helping some dude in general chat. He's asking what the name of the illusion is. Had to figure out how to link items again. It's been so long. Okay, are we gonna? There we go. All right. So we did the basement. So let's go beat up the big dude. Okay, yeah, here we go. No. Jesus Christ. I don't know if they messed with the targeting again recently, but the targeting in this game is getting bonkers. They had to have done something to mess with the targeting recently, because now I can't even... This is getting so frustrating. There was definitely something done with the targeting recently. It's rather frustrating because trying to target enemies while... Am I just... Oh, I'm just an idiot. Pardon my dust. No wonder I couldn't target it correctly. I'm over here trying to give something to an enemy. Oh, seriously? It's a trap. Okay, here we go. See if your boy here can use his brain or if he's gonna keep making stupid dum-dums. Let's see here. Alright. Now we're on our way up to the captain. Or I guess the emperor. Same thing. Oh, it's locked. Is this with shrink on? Oh, that's right. I recast the illusion earlier. So I was like, why am I big again? Come on, buddies. Let's try to kill the blood last. Assuming he doesn't kill himself on one of my riposts. There we go. What did we get? What did we get? Okay, the twink belt again. And the twink bracer. Very nice. Oh, we already got one of those belts, that's right. It gets to rot. Oh well. And now we get to go through the fun task of trying to get the Emperor to respond to us. Sometimes if you kill the blood and his little pets too fast, the game just is like, nope. Nope, do it again, bitch. Literally every time I see this character rolling, all it makes me think of that old Limp Bizkit song, Rollin', Rollin', Rollin'. It's ridiculous. I really am not a fan of this song, but it's just something from straight out of the late 90s for me. Whenever me and my bro back in the day were just sitting playing some of the early Final Fantasy games, and then his buddies eventually ended up getting us into EverQuest, and here we are 23 years later. But yeah, this really does look like the Emperor twitches. He appears to have been weakened by the destruction of the golem. Yeah, we just pulled him back from his own little plane of existence. That's how this dude was always so difficult and unkillable. I still wonder in the lore in the story which of the demigods the snakes actually ended up killing. Because in the lore there is a demigod that was mentioned that they went into the plains and ended up killing, and that's what caused Khazad-dûm to end up forsaking them and dropping the green mist on them. Like, I don't know if it was just Khazad-dûm or if it was some of the gods that banded together, but they were like, these dudes seriously did that. These snake boys went into one of the plains and killed a demigod. And because of that, the repercussions was they got the green mist dropped on them while they were on Kunark. And they ended up popping up here to Luclin to try to get away from it. That's why they also encased themselves in a void, a vacuum, you can say, because that's why the deep area outside, you can't breathe. They prevented the spread of the green mist by moving and casting a spell of like a vacuum in space. So they didn't have to worry about getting infected by the green mist that they were cursed with. Super cool storyline, if you ask me. And I will only give the credit of figuring out that storyline to another content creator called Zaid God. He is a streamer, and he uploads some of his content here to YouTube as well. But he streams on Twitch, and really good guy, really smart guy too. You can tell that he's a big fan of the game, but he told the story about all of that back in the day, and I've remembered it ever since. I can also link his channel as well if I need to. Like I said, he's a good guy. His content is much more hardcore than mine. All of his EverQuest content for the most part is SSF, which is solo self-found. Very, very hardcore. He'll make like level 1 characters and solo on them and only use his own buffs and his own gear that he finds. So he has some pretty good videos. I didn't even realize this dude was in here. Hey, what quest do you have? Those damnable druids. Oh, I want to hunt something down. What are we hunting down? Huh. The quest is called Fancy Feast. Hey, I want that robe. What the hell? Number one, it's weird seeing a high elf in a robe, but or a robe like that. That looks really cool. Wow. It's like starlight. That's really cool. We're gonna have to knock out some of these quests. There's a Sarnak illusion that we can go through and do as well that looks like it's kind of a hardcore quest. But that will be something that we'll have to test out another time. Let's see. Hooray! Okay. The buff of annoyance is gone. Okay, so we killed that. Let's go on to... Ooh. Lord Inquisitor Seru time. I'm really hoping that one of the things they end up doing is cutting up the lockout time in half for some of these like raids and stuff that we can request, because that would be huge, being able to do wow, I just completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, being able to do these quests again like twice in a week as opposed to just once, that'd be really cool. Being able to hit this stuff for some of the cool weapons and lockouts that I normally can't get, that would be awesome. This wolf is going to attack me, I know it. Yep. A level 20-something wolf attacking me in Dawn Shroud Peaks. I will say, the one thing I really don't like about this mount is what it does to this positioning. It is so weird. You see how close I am, but my character's over here off to the left? Like, it's just like the complaint I had about the Fade Art Forest Guardian. If you shrink yourself, it moves like your sight positioning to the illusion's feet. Like the character is all up here at the top, but you're seeing like through your character's feet. It's so weird. Some of the different glitches and positioning in this game is very weird. But on this mount, whenever you zoom real close to yourself, you're looking like to the right. Oh, really? I would have let you live, bro. Come on. I need to add this to my little wall of illusions. I need a third bar soon because I've gotten 7 more illusions, I think, since I made these hot bars. So I'm gonna have to add a third one soon. Instead of having like top and bottom, I might have like 3 small rows. But yeah, you guys, I am still having such a good time. Oh, did I lose my... Oh, I sure did lose my falcons. No, I still have it. Oh, there's just no levitate here. Okay, okay. Forgot that they keep doing that in some areas. They remove the ability to levitate so people can't glitch up into spaces they shouldn't get. Which is rather lame if you ask me. Can I attack this chick? Oh. Oh. I sure can. Citizens of Seru. Oh, well. So, didn't really get any good loot from Didn't really get that much good loot from the Saroo Temple. We did get that the Render of Souls sword, which is really cool for a twink item, but we didn't really get anything else, which is fine. Some of the other drops we had, we already have items on our characters, so lore items for the lose, and that's totally fine. Oh, speaking of graphic glitch, let's do this. I wanted to do this last time, but I didn't take the time to do it, to show off the cool plate graphics that we got now. Yeah, there we go. We got our cool plate graphic rogue here. This I am not comfortable with without doing with the map yet. I need a map to get through this utter maze here. Fake wall, we want to go down here. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. We gotta go all the way up and around. One of the more fascinating things I remember about this game is specifically about Lord Inquisitor Seru. I remember way back in the day, before he was meant to be killed, I don't know if he was just unkillable or he just wasn't meant to be activated yet, but I remember one of the original glitches about him was the fact that there was a guild that figured out a way to kill him, and he dropped, the developers had actually planned on people trying to do that, so he dropped his shield with, I think, like -99 to all stats. It was like literally something calling people out for cheating. Let's see if I can find that, because I remember that was such a big thing. I need to find that. Let's see here. Alakazam. I just remember it was such a big deal back in the day because people weren't supposed to be able to kill him yet, and they did. But the developers planned on it. Planned on people trying to do that. So they made him drop like nothing but that like -99 to everything. Which in its own right would have been really badass to have. Like imagine having that back in the day. Wow, he has 1.4 million hit points and he dies like a little pussy. He has a really quick respawn timer though. Let's see if we can find the item that he used to drop. Oh, that's what it was. There were several items. I need to post it up on the screen so you guys can see it. There was boots of sad exploitation and an earring of sad exploitation that had -99 to all stats. Both of them were. Which I think is still so cool. Let's see if there's anything else on here that would be worth posting about him back in the day. The first post on Alakazam from Anonymous is, that looks like a real badass sword he may drop. Any info on the name? Nice. In the next post, give me stats, name, anything about this sword or armor. Someone toss me a bone, please. That is so cool. I love seeing all the old school rumors and posts from people about enemies in this game, because everyone was always like, oh man, he looks so... Number one, he still, to this day, is one of the more badass looking graphics. In my opinion, like between the sword and his character, he looks way better than the normal, like Luclin character graphics that people had access to. He looks way more badass. It's hilarious to find out that he has 1.4 million hit points. I can only damage him with my spells, and he's still dying so fast. It would be cool if he still dropped the, like the exploitation stuff. Oh, I think I already have one of these. No. I don't want it to rot. I don't want that stuff to rot. Let me see if I can pull my banker out. I really don't want that stuff to rot. Oh. Yeah, I really, really don't want that stuff to rot. So let's see if we can get some of this. There we go. And we're saved. Look at that. Yeah, it's still so fascinating to remember, for me at least, seeing all these old school posts from people. These posts, like the first post on Lord Inquisitor Seru is December 12th of 2001. All that, like 22 years ago. It's so crazy. I know it's something stupid just to kind of geek out about, but it's so cool and fascinating to think about these old school posts to people who were posted on these guys back before we knew anything about these bosses. Because Alakazam, in my opinion, has always been the go-to for information as far as like items and boss searches and the items that they drop and what they look like. And to think that Alakazam is still going all these years later. It's just a cool little piece of history about EverQuest that I kind of feel like a lot of people forget about. Let's see if Remove Greater Curse just drops that. There we go. And back to our wonderful little graphic there. We do want to send our buddy back out to Dawnshroud Peaks here. I didn't even think about it, but Luclin has quickly become like my go-to farming place just because of the items that drop from these guys. It's pretty funny to think about, actually, because I mean, I guess Luclin is the raiding experience that I had the least amount of encounters with back in the day. I mean, I guess Kunark and Valius would have been right there as well, but I ended up hitting the Valius stuff a lot more often back in the day, even before Agents of Change, because that was the stuff that was the easiest to solo. I mean, hell, you could solo Avatar of War at like, I don't know, like a level 85 character back in the day, probably. He's not too difficult to beat for the most part, and he's just a pure tank and spank. He doesn't even really do anything else. Like, I think he has a debuff that he spawns, or that he casts on you. But there's no ads, and it's just a pure... Oh my god, there's someone leveling here. Wow. It's just a pure tank and spank. So it was one of the first encounters that I could go through and solo back in the day. So I didn't really do it that often, but with the Luclin bosses, I hit them... I was able to raid on those so little, even all the way to current content up until Agents of Change, just because of how religiously they're camped. Like, even if I try to go into the open world Vexthal without getting an instance, there's not going to be a single boss up. I can guarantee it. There's not a single boss up. Because they drop those really cool rare items that I like to give away to people on like giveaways and stuff like that. And like the illusions and stuff like that. They just drop so rarely that they sell for so much. Like, they only just recently started appearing on the Bazaar a lot more often, just because I think people caught on to the fact that you can farm that stuff and sell it. But like Veil of Flames back in the day was so rare. Now they're everywhere. They were like a guaranteed 2 million platinum item. Now here we are, there's some all the way down to 700,000. It's still really cool to go through these zones and see people leveling up in them. Like, it catches me off guard every time I go into one of these zones and I see someone just actively killing enemies for experience. And I just, like, you just gotta know that it is somebody reliving a nostalgic experience. I can't imagine very many new people coming into this game and going to the old school zones. Anybody who starts this game as a brand new character these days, unless they have a friend telling them where to go or what to do, they're probably just never going to really leave the tutorial or like the Crescent Reach area. Like, if they do, they'll probably just go to Plane of Knowledge, and like one of the hot zone quests might take them somewhere else, but for the most part, all of the best places to level these days, from at least 1 to 85 or 1 to 80, is going to be through the Crescent Reach content. So they'll probably never even think to go to these zones, because like a lot of these items and places are just novelty at this point. And don't get me wrong, that's not a bad thing. But any brand new player coming through here would probably never be directed to any of these zones. So as far as they're concerned, you know, these places don't even exist to them. Which, that alone is still fascinating to me. Thinking of EverQuest in a world where all of these zones don't exist, or like you don't even think about them existing, is like mind-boggling, because for so many of us, these were the core activities and expansions that we ever experienced. So even thinking about these places not existing or not being relevant is super strange for me. I try to put my headspace in the idea of like thinking of what it would be like to play EverQuest in a world these days where you don't know these places exist. Trying to think of EverQuest in the terms of somebody who's never played the game. Wow, he died incredibly quick. Darkened Claw Amulet. Wisdom. See, and you guys, I know I bring this up, I think, basically every time I'm here, but the fact that so many of these items are not lore is so strange. Like, I really wish most of the stuff that we would see these days would not be lore. That's the last thing I wish that they would get rid of. And a server like Furion of E, where content is, or where items are already plentiful and they're not no drop, the next thing that we need to get rid of next is lore items. We just need to get rid of it entirely. I don't care what the reasoning to keep it behind it is. I think it's dumb. We just really need to get rid of lore items. I don't see any plausible reason or any reasonable reason to keep lore in the game on a server like this. When items are no drop, sure, keep it lore. That way you can't have people who are going through and farming and keeping items on themselves without the intent of selling or giving them to other people. But for someone like me who goes through and kills a lot of this content on a regular basis, the lore items just serve no purpose. All it's doing is making the items like drop and rot. And especially on novelty items. Maybe for high-end raid items, I can see that stuff being, like, see there being a reason to prevent the items from being lore, or prevent the items from not being lore. I can kind of understand the idea of keeping lore on no-drop items on in-game content. But after, like, this stuff stops being relevant, especially after decades down the line, I feel like we should just remove the lore aspect. If you want to have a character using 2 of the same sword, cool, go for it, bud. Like from something from 2005, cool. You want to use 2 Blades of Carnage, cool, go for it. Whatever. Knock yourself out. Like I said, I can kind of see that being a reason to keep it on high-end game items. But 3 or 4 expansions down the line, just get rid of it. Get rid of the lore stuff. Let someone use 2 of the same item if they want to, or let them keep multiple of the same item if they want to. Have a raffle or a giveaway for 5 Veil of Flames, or who knows, who cares? And this new developer seems like they've got a really good head on their shoulders. Ooh, skeleton clicky, nice. Like this, the skeleton clicky item is not lore, because it doesn't need to be. But yet, if we get a Veil of Flames to drop for us, it is lore. Why? I mean, I guess when it was relevant content, yes, there was a reason for it to be lore, so you don't have a bard or a rogue taking another item from a player who wants it. Yes, that does make sense when it's current and relevant content. And I know that I mentioned before, I'm kind of slapping together a video of 10 or 11 different things I really want to see this new developer do for EverQuest. I'm going to go over a couple of different things that I think that they should do that are probably kind of hot takes that a lot of people are going to not agree with, but I think they should do for the sake of bringing EverQuest into the 21st century. Like as far as MMOs, they kind of EverQuest needs to join 2020s, the 2020 environment for MMOs, where there's lots of conveniences and general stuff like that. That EverQuest just kind of needs that at this point. But one of the things I'm going to talk about is how wow, I just completely lost my train of thought again. I'm really getting bad at that today. I need some coffee. What was I going to talk about? It must not be that important if I can't remember it, to be 100% honest. I lost myself after I said something was a hot take. Because I hate using hot take as a term, because that just feels... it feels like a cop-out for saying something that's just a bad idea. You know what I mean? If you ever have someone who says that they have a hot take, it's just a cop-out for them to say something that's either just so negative it's controversial, or It's just a bad thought. Damn, what was I gonna say? Well, who knows? Anyways. It has been really cool and positive to see all the response from a lot of different people talking about how they're planning on joining for the next TLP as well. I'm really, really hopeful that we get some good news on the next set of TLPs soon, like what the rule sets are and everything like that, so we can kind of figure out what we want to do or which server we might want to do. Because I'm sure they're going to end up doing a whole dual server thing again. I don't think they'll ever go back to just dropping one TLP server for us anymore. There might only be like one rule set for 2 of them, but there's usually like a main server and then a backup server. Like last year we got Mischief and Thornblade, and they were basically the same thing. I don't see them ever really doing the 2 different rule set server stuff again. And again, you're welcome to tell me if I'm wrong. I just don't see them doing that anymore because I feel like it splits the player base too much. Like, you can even see for some of the other servers how quickly one of the servers ends up dying. Oh, fuck, I did not mean to do that. Damn it, we gotta run all the way back. That's what happens when I'm just rambling. But I kind of see them just doing a 1 rule set thing across 2 servers for the sake of player base. Because I do know that, I remember whenever Mischief dropped last year, the queue was so bad for Mischief that like people just weren't getting in. It was just like a Final Fantasy XIV situation back in December for Endwalker. Which is, it's not a bad thing to have people who want to play your game. It's not a bad thing at all. I just want them to end up implementing like cross-server play eventually. If that is something that they could do, that would be so much more badass. Like servers with specific rule sets that you can cross-play with people. So Mischief and Thornblade, even though they're 2 different servers, 2 different player bases, you should still be able to play with each other. That would be really cool. I just don't know if they have the technology for that on these old school servers. I'm still trying to think about what remember what I was going to talk about with the video where I was talking about like some modern day improvements I would like to see them bring to EverQuest. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. Okay, so one thing that's basically not ever really talked about in current in current server EverQuest is epics. We have not had any new epic stuff for 15 years. The last epic thing we really did was like the epic 2.5 stuff, which is your epic 2.0 with just it's just your epic 2.0 with like an augment on it. So like I would really like to see a whole new set of like epic weapons come forward. I feel like that would be one of the biggest reasons for them to bring for people to come back, is if they like reintroduced epics. The only problem is with it being such an in-game activity now, I don't know if anybody except for like the current in-game players would ever be able to do it. Because imagine like that, because the epic 1.0 stuff was level 50, the epic 2.0 stuff was level 70. So what is the next epic 3.0 stuff going to be? Level 125? No. That's a bit too far along, but it would be really cool to see them bring some forward some new way to invest in like an epic 3.0. Something that a lot of players could do that doesn't necessarily require the current in-game stuff, but it gives them an avenue to pursue some new epic 3.0s. Because you guys remember how badass the old epic weapons used to look? Like the druid weapon, the rogue weapon, like they all look so cool. Like even to this day, they have some of the best weapon graphics in the game. After all of the improvements that we've had to graphics, they still look really sweet. Just over here, rolling through. Missing out on our loot. Oh, wow, that's lore. Really weird. Speaking of lore items that are completely pointless. Imbricite Swarm Orb. Oh, nice. The Shaman Clicky. Bracer Black Blood. Crown of Ambivalence. Oh, yep. The Enchanter Clicky. We are getting some pretty cool clicky items. Look at this. And so far, only one item has been lore that we just have to leave to rot. When my rogue gets to level 60, he's going to have some cool stuff to play with. But yeah, back to what I was saying, it would be really, really cool to see some epic reintroduction to the epic. Oh, do we got Crown of Disguise? Another nice, very, very, very nice. It would be very cool to see some really cool reintroduction to the epic weapons. And if maybe not even the epic weapons, another thing I was going to end up talking about is how cool would it be to have epic armor pieces? Like something that is so cool that has like really cool graphics on it that we'd get like epic armor pieces too. Like a really cool, long, like worthwhile quest line for armor. That gives you like a fantastic armor set. Like bring armor pieces forward, like armor sets from like Diablo and stuff like that. If anybody here has ever played those games, you know that like some of the best sets, some of the best things about those games is the fact that you can compile like armor sets that have insane abilities and perks on them for wearing more than one of that item. Imagine having that for EverQuest. Oh, one last lore item. Alright, and we're back. Had to take a temporary break there so we could get some coffee, hit the bathroom. Yeah, now we're on our way to Temple of Ishan. Now I'm like cautiously looking around to see if the dragon is back out here. After last week getting really lucky and seeing the dragon up, I'm curious to see if we'll see him up again. I doubt it though, but you never know. Getting us some extra loot in for the weekend. It looks like we hit pretty much all of the Luclin bosses that are at least worth hitting. Now we can hit Temple of Ishan. There are a few other bosses I want to make sure I hit before the weekend is over. And then I'm gonna hit hit some raiding with some buddies on Destiny 2. And then whenever I'm done with after that, we're going to go right back to leveling. Want to take as much advantage of that EXP bonus as possible, because 150% is nothing to bat an eye at, that's for sure. That plus our natural EXP bonus that we got on the Furion V server, and some EXP potions. We can just zoom on up to 70 real quick. Here we go. Man, this is a big illusion. I don't think I've noticed before how tall this makes you. Holy crap. Maybe it's just perspective in some of these zones. But damn, I am really tall. Because like in Plane of Knowledge, you're not that tall. That is another thing that I'm really curious about, like perspective-wise. Like, these, normally standing next to these guys in a non-illusion, these guys are really tall to us. But, like, I'm as tall as some of these doorways. Like, yeah, I'm up to Ishan of the Sky's waistline, basically. Kind of nuts. Yeah, just seeing how much taller we are compared to some of these drakes as well. Twisted bastard. Yep. Yep. Nothing too fantastic there. Like, I'm all the way up to Arianar's mouth. Holy crap. Katana of Pain. Look at that with 50 stamina. That is such a good twink weapon. Yeah, a whole lot of these items we're already going to have copies of. I'm mostly just here for Vulak Air at this point, but some of these other items are really good too. Because good old Vulak is the one that can drop some of the really cool level 55 and 60 items. I want those for our twinks. Okay, can we hit him? Can we hit him? There we go. I'm gonna have to re-edit my comment to the guy who asked if this earth elemental rips his arm off and slaps enemies with it. Because he definitely does. I'm just not used to fights actually lasting long enough for me to be able to notice that. Most of these guys die so quick, I don't pay attention to the one animation I get off before the enemy dies. But if graphics like this and illusions like this are stuff that we can start to get now that we're on 64-bit servers, you guys can count me in. I am so hyped for that. That is so fantastic. So many of these guys just drop the same things over and over again. Okay, yeah, so we're just pulling everything. Ooh, Belt of the Destroyer, there we go. Haven't seen one of those in a little while. And we got one of the really rare gold dragons here. Matter of fact, I think you only ever really see gold dragons here. You don't really see them anywhere else. I think that one's pretty rare. Beldrins, Vambraces, and Piety. Okay. Chestplate of Fiery Might. Oh yeah, that one. The weight of 50 though. God, that is insanity. At least our bags these days all have 100% weight reduction on them. Not that it really matters. I mean, hell, I'm only carrying 44 pounds out of the 2,500 that I can carry. We do really need to explore into Plane of Mischief soon. I know I've never really been a big fan of the zone, but these days, since for the most part nothing can kill me, we need to figure out how to spawn Bristlebane and go through and kill him too. Because my character's technically agnostic, so it wouldn't really be much of a loss to kill Bristlebane, except for maybe some of my rogue guildmasters. And then, like this, Helmet of the Crawler, size tiny. It weighs nothing. Not even 0.01. And then this, belt, weight 25 pounds. A serious 25-pound belt that for some reason rogues can wear too. That is so random. Alright dudes, time to fight. Let me put on my 25-pound belt real quick. Like, that's like a WWE belt with like the giant like gold on it. That's the only thing I could think of. Axe of Resistance. I think we already got one of those shields. The baton. Yeah, Baton of Flame. Oh, that's one of the batons I'm using on my little mini-me. It's the damage 13, delay 17 that just makes it so good. Alright, and for the big finale. See how tall we are here? Like, damn, look at that. That is insanity how tall we are compared to him. Like, that's without Levitate, because Levitate isn't active here. What did we get? No weapons again, man. It's really frustrating. It's really weird to see all of these items dropping, but none of these are nice. We were at least able to pick everything up, so there's no loot lost there. It sucks not seeing weapons drop. Like, I haven't gotten weapon drops from like Emperor Ssra or Vulak Air in quite a while. Like, it's been a few weeks at least, even. Getting some cool armor and stuff like that, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, but like, no really good weapons from the big boys. These items are really good twink items though. Alright guys, that's going to be it for now. We'll go back through and we'll start hitting some other bosses and we'll get some EXP grinding in a little bit later. But in the meantime, I'm going to go raid with the boys on some Destiny 2, and I will see you in the next one.